Hey, it's Phil Bruce here, and in today's video I want to talk about how modelling shoots tend to work. So we're going to include how they get arranged, the preparation that gets included within modelling shoots, actually doing the modelling shoots, and what happens after the modelling shoot. So yes, they can vary, they can all depend on if you're doing it for a project, if you're doing it for a brand, a company, whether it's a portfolio shoot, whether it is for a book cover, a magazine. There's so many different dependents. But I'm going to put it as a kind of generalised aspect, what tends to happen in general. So when it comes to sort of getting a shoot arranged, this can be done in different ways. So this could be done as the model yourself, getting in touch with a photographer or a brand or someone asking for a shoot, or trying to come up with ideas, trying to pitch an idea for a shoot. It could come up through auditions if you're with an agency, or if you want to try for an agency, it could be where you turn up and you go for an audition for a specific shoot where they might be looking for something in particular and you're going to show that you'd be good for that shoot or that project that's coming up. Or it could be a case of the photographer or author or publisher or brand organizer, leader, owner gets in touch with you. So again, this can be done usually by email, phone call, WhatsApp, or the popular way nowadays, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn. All those kind of social media platforms are really important within that, because what tends to happen is when they look at your name and when they're looking for someone, they'll type a name in or they'll type a reference point in on Facebook and Instagram. And if they can see that you've got a look that they're after, that they like, and also importantly, if they can see that you've got a following, if you've got a social media presence that you can get their work out there with, you've got a good chance, or a better chance, an improved chance, shall we say, of that shoot being yours, or you being asked to do shoots and asked to be a part of it. Obviously, it depends on the location, so whether they are close to you, whether it's a distance from you, or so on, that has an impact as well. So when it comes to getting the shoot arranged, it could be, let's give an example. So if you've got to travel, so say I'm based in Stoke-on-Trent, and last night I did a shoot in Corby. That shoot got arranged and included within the price that I got paid for it, or the money that I got paid for it, included the travel and the distance. So for me, it was basically a 2-hour drive either way. So that got included within the fee. Again, closer shoots tend to be less payment on that front. Further away, you tend to get more money on that. But the caveat is, it depends on the budget that the photographer has got, or the company, the brand have got. And if you're too far away and you demand too big a fee, then you might not be selected for the shoot because the fee is too high, or it's not feasible. But yet, as the model or the person that's working for them, for that particular brand or shoot, you want to make sure that if you are getting paid for the shoot, that it is a decent price, so you're getting a profit from the time that you're spending, the location, the amount you're driving, and also the clothing. If you've got to supply it yourself, you want to make sure that you're getting profits from that, in the sense of, if you have paid for specific clothing for a shoot, you want to make sure that you get a profit, because otherwise your expenditure is higher than the income. But yet at the same time, if you are getting clothing that, yes, might be an expenditure for that shoot, but you can use it in future shoots where you're getting paid again, it's seen, or it can be termed as an investment, because you are making that one-off payment, but you are using the clothing on multiple shoots where you get multiple payments. So you're building profit that way. So again, so say the shoot gets arranged, the date gets arranged, the time gets arranged, and all those aspects, it'll then come to the planning of it. So it could be, right, okay, for example, we did the shoot last night where we were in the woods, and we kind of wanted clothing that would fit the colourful background, the trees, all those kind of things. So we plan that where we sent ideas, but then it was up to me to come up with the final idea of clothing. So for me, I thought, so, you know, a summer evening with the woods, sensible thing is you've got a button shirt, which again, you can either have buttoned or unbuttoned, and it works well with me because I've got the chest hair, so that works well with me with the colours of the background. You could have a t-shirt, so like a kind of more, shall we say, fashionable one, like this kind of t-shirt, but more fashionable without logos and stuff like that. I then picked quite a few pairs of jeans. We had normal jeans, ripped jeans, worked really well for that. And then we had some shoes as well, and we had props like a cap or a hat. Again, really simple for the background, for what we were working with in the woods. So again, it just meant a bit of planning and that, having a look at the location online, because I've not been there before, getting ideas sent between me and the photographer who set the event up, and then coming up with ideas that I found comfortable in. Now, for some shoots, they might be very, very specific about what they want, and you might have to go to that exact detail. So, for example, if it's a wedding shoot, you would have to have the measurements done, most probably in advance, if you are representing a brand or a company. So, for example, when I've done catwalks, I tend to get measured up beforehand, so I know the suits fit and the shirts fit and the trousers be fit for when I'm there on the day. So I'll go in advance and get measured up, and I tend to get paid for the travel for that and in doing that as well, but that isn't always the case. So, or if it's your own, like a wedding shoot with your own suit, you're expected to have a suit that fits you and that works well with the scenery and works well with the area, works well with the location. So again, it's just that planning ahead that tends to go in with there. Then it comes up to promotion. So you then put it on social media that you've got a shoot coming up. It's a great way of getting interest. Again, especially if it's like a photography event, where the more photographers that turn up and the more people that are there, the more that you could get paid for doing the shoot. If it's a one-on-one shoot where it's a fixed price, yes, I understand that it probably won't affect the amount of money you get paid for that shoot, but it builds up and drums up the interest, and it helps your brand, your following, as well as the photographers or the brands, because you're getting the excitement there, you're getting people, the awareness there of the pictures that are coming out for whatever purpose they are. So when you get to the shoot, again, you could have either got the train, you could have driven, you could have got the bus or whatever it is, depending on the location. Sometimes it might be international, so it's in a plane. Again, it's then looking, do I need to book accommodation? Do I need to book a hotel if it's a decent distance away? So that would get negotiated within the fee before you go there. Most times I tend to do it where that's not the case, so I tend to do it where it's a drivable range, so I can get the shoot done and get home on the same day to, again, help me with the other works that I do. But when you get there, it's then really important, again, from my personal perspective, is you try to build up that good relationship with the photographer or the people that you're working with. Because, again, if you can be relaxed, if they can be relaxed, if you can enjoy it, if you can take it not too seriously, but you're being really professional with it, and vice versa, it comes across in the images. So if you're relaxed, if you're having fun, you're enjoying being there, then the images are more likely to show that, rather than if you feel nervous, if you feel bored, if you feel like you don't want to be there. It comes across, and you then struggle to get to your full potential with the range, with the poses, with whatever you are trying to do there. And it does show in the pictures. So when we're doing the shoot, again, yes, we'd have probably thought of some ideas beforehand, but a lot of the time it could be spur of the moment ideas. So you could be doing a shoot like, again, last night with the photo shoot in the woods. We had a few photographers, and it was literally finding what worked with the background, what mixing up the clothing, trying different poses, see what works. And yes, I've built that up through years and years of experience, so kind of know what poses I'm doing and what to look for. Again, it's a collaborative thing as well with the photographer and the model, or the brand owner and the model. They will be saying what they want or asking for things that they want. So it might, for example, be, are you looking to camera? Are you looking away from camera? Are you being soft with the eyes? Are you laughing? Are you smiling? Are you serious? So those kind of things that they will be queuing for. And when they do ask for it, it's not a dig or it's not anything personal. It's more to try things out. Again, when it comes to the modelling side, it's trying to be relaxed with your poses, because again, if I'm too starey, it shows in the pictures. So it's trying to relax the eyes. And again, with the mouth, if I'm too much really focused and stonewall serious with it and I'm doing this, it shows in the shoot, whilst having just a nice relaxed look. Or if I am doing a serious one, it's just mouth shut, eyes kind of nice and, yes, fixed, but relaxed with that. And it's just practice. Then it's a case of you've done the shoot, you get home. Usually what I tend to ask for, if possible, is for the photographer, if they can, to send me at least one image so I can go on my socials and go, oh, what a great shoot we've had today. Here is an exclusive, or a great shoot that we had last night. Here's an exclusive, because it builds up the interest, drums up the interest. And by doing that pretty soon after a shoot, it's keeping the shoot relevant. It is keeping it in people's minds. And then once you get one great image out there, people may want to see more. And if it comes for a branding, where yes, it might take a while, you could have a photo, just a normal photo with the owner of the brand or the photographer or whoever it is, saying that you've done a shoot and pictures are coming up, or an advert's coming up, a video's coming up. So that tends to be how a modelling shoot works. And when you're getting the money, it could be paid in cash, it could be an invoice that you give in, it could be just literally bank transfer. Again, it's what's best for all parties concerned. And that's how a modelling shoot tends to work. It tends to be function that way. Just gives you a little bit of an insight. Hope you found that useful, hope you found that helpful. What I'm going to do in future videos is go into more detail with the modelling. So it could be, what is a TF shoot? What is a paid shoot? And it sounds common sense, but what are the differences? What are the advantages and disadvantages? Because there are some for each shoot. It could be, we'll also do videos where we're talking about the physique you need to get in for a shoot, or the certain look that you need to get into for a shoot. We'll go into that in more detail as the videos progress, as we put more content out here. So I hope you found that useful. As always, I do really appreciate you watching and subscribing and liking the videos and the channel. It honestly means a lot. If there's anything you want me to talk about, as you usually do, let me know, whether it's a comment, whether it's a message on socials, and I will happily put a video out there for you. So, hope that you've had a great start to the week. Have a good one. Sending all of my love and best wishes, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. So, until then, take care, and bye for now.